When I say hip, you say how. Hip, hop, hip, hop. There we go. Now we getting up. We getting up. Okay. So, as you know, I said we were gonna have some speakers, some guest lecturers. Big Sky, if you remember, we played a record. It's a Problem, where he dissed everybody in the music industry, from Jay-Z to Nas to Eminem to 50 Cent. And then he went a step further. As if dissing rappers wasn't enough, he thought it was a bright idea to diss the presidents of labels, starting with Sean over the Bad Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Prince, Bad Boy, called out executives. So not only did he diss the rappers, but he dissed the people that cut the checks too. So, oh yeah, not to forget. Then he took it even a step further, and everyone gets in this game, not everyone. The majority of the game is to get your record on radio so you can get your publishing check up. So what did he think was a great idea? I'll just call out the two biggest stations in the country, Clear Channel and Radio 1, and basically tell them to jump off a bridge. So not only did he diss the radio stations, the rappers, the executives, but then, to me, which was like crucifying yourself, he suggested digging up Tupac and Biggie and diss them too. So, you know, that's where I drew the line. Like, I was with him, the Jay-Z and the Nas and presidents, but then to dig up Tupac and Biggie, my God. So, it got me the attention that he wanted. Let's see, I've known him 20 years. He's always been a hard-working brother, constantly writing. I have respected his grind from day one. That's why I invited him here. Lyrically, I would say he can write with the best of them. Probably not wrote with the best of them. So I'll bring him out. You guys can ask him all kinds of questions. Anything you want to know about the industry. He got a look from the outside in, from the inside out. Some people say he never got his deal because he dissed everybody. Some people say they were going to hold it back. Some people say a lot. So you can ask him what he says about the whole situation. So coming to the stage right now, he does Motivation Mondays, which
I want to look back in my life and all the situations I've been in. From the rappers I was dissing to cooking coke in the kitchen. I learned that sinning can fool you into believing you're winning. But I'm on a new wave, homie, and this is just the beginning.
So this is one of the brothers who, whether there's an industry or no industry, whether there's a check or no check, he's still going to be making music. Because that's what he loves to do. So with no further ado, here is Big Sky. Why just not rapping?
I grew up in that time, I was born in 1970, so when hip hop first started to take off and started to really get some real recognition, I was like 15 years old, and I was about everything in the culture. I was a lot slimmer, so I was breakdancing and doing graffiti, all of that, and
like breakdance, like you do the windmill on it?
Yeah.
Hey, one screen.
No. That was 30 years ago, bro. You know. And I was like 200 more pounds.
Well, I saw Crazy Legs just do a competition like 5 years back. Crazy gotta be 50.
Crazy Legs say 50.
Yeah, he stayed on, so he was breakdancing, he was rapping, he was breakdancing. Okay.
I'm getting hostile.
Okay, we can on that.
But I was all about the culture, man. I embrace everything about it. So, only thing I think I didn't do was DJ. But everything else, breakdancing, graffiti, rapping, and
when you say the culture, what you mean, like the lifestyle? What do you mean for those? Because when I talk to them about culture, like for them, hip hop is I'm trying to embody the culture because they don't really have the culture that we have. So when you say culture, you gotta give them some guidelines, preference, the sneakers, the hat, the everything.
Yeah, it's become, you know, commercialized, you know what I mean? But when we came up, hip hop wasn't making money like that. So everything was for the love of it. You know what I mean? Rappers, DJs, you did it because you loved the culture, everything that came with it. You know what I mean? It was a certain theory and a mindset that came with it. You know, now everything that hip hop used to be against is now accepted. You know, the selling out of the culture, going pop, and you know, doing it just for the money. You know, and that's not what it was about. I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve at 15 years old when I said, yo, this is what I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was make a record that people loved all over the world, tour the country, have a record deal, and be respected by my peers in the game, and I've done that. So
when you did It's a Problem, first, will we say that's your biggest record?
Yeah.
Okay, when you did It's a Problem, when you say you got the tour, where did It's a Problem take you? I mean, you from Southside Richmond, so where did it take you to Chesterfield,
I was everywhere. Although I was on
New York,
from one end of this country to the
Houston,
up top, everything.
That was
the record was in Germany and Japan. It was all over the place.
I remember when it was really big in Houston.
Yeah.
I remember when Big Sky was so big in Houston that, okay, wait, but I'm gonna put his business in the street. He may not remember this, he may cuss me out afterwards, but look, they were so late with business, right? The business aspect of hip hop, that they put a record out and never got BS or media base. So,
You got it
late, right? Big Sky was a star in Houston and did not know it.
Yeah.
So much to the point that Houston bootlegged his record, and they probably sold, I would dare to say, easily somewhere between 100,000 and 500,000 records in Houston that he ain't get a dime because he wasn't up on the business of hip hop.
That is so.
And that's just you. That's no
That is so
disrespect to him. That's just what happened.
No, but it was a learning curve that, you know, we had to adapt to. And, you know, it's a thing, like, and I tell these young artists all the time, learn the business because you're going in, you're working, you're doing all this stuff in the studio. But then once, let's say a record label or a record exec finds your demo or hears you and says, hey, you know, want to talk to you. You sit down and you don't know anything about the business. They're going to eat you alive. That's exactly what they want. They want you to be young and dumb. And, oh, okay, well, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. They're going to give you their lawyers, write up their contracts, and they're going to take all the percentages from you. So I tell artists all the time, learn the business about the business because the entertainment part is a small portion. That gets you in the door, but what keeps you in the door and keeps that livelihood is knowing the business, you know? And he's absolutely right. We weren't prepared. Because for one thing, you didn't think the record was gonna, I mean, it was a diss record. I didn't expect it to get commercial success, you know?
Well, he dissed Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac. I don't know why he didn't think it was going to get commercial success because when you call that many people, the streets is going to check just to see it. This is now, remember, there is no YouTube, there is no social media. There's vinyl. You know, there's barely CDs. This is a vinyl situation. So it happened a lot and it happens fast. And what I always tell people is this. You go in, you pour everything into your heart to make this record, right? And you come out the studio after you did this amazing project and you go, ooh, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I go, no, you haven't even started yet. Like, all you just came out the locker room. Like, the game starts. The game starts the day your record actually goes into the stores. Like, you do pre-promotion and you're promoting, doing all that. The game doesn't start until your record is on sale. Like, you in the game, but you have no way of judging your success until the day the record goes on sale. Then you really gotta run. Like, as fast as you were running, as soon as the record goes on sale, you really gotta take off running.